Good afternoon, everyone. President Greco, Headmaster Petrillo, distinguished teachers, families, friends, and my fellow graduates. I am Ivan Cornejo, and on behalf of my fellow graduates, I welcome all of you to the Montfort Academy's second, and at least for now, final 8th grade graduation. I say final because, as most of you know, Montfort will no longer have a middle school starting next year. As for me, I think that's a shame because my middle school year here at Montfort was wonderful, and I look forward to the day when Montfort will open a new middle school, and maybe even an elementary school, so that many students may receive the great education my classmates and I have received. I feel doubly blessed today because not only am I graduating from the Montfort Academy as an 8th grader, I'm also looking forward to attending Montfort next year as a high school freshman. With God's grace, I hope to be graduating again from Montfort in 4 years in our beautiful church about 30 feet from where we are gathered right now. Classmates, this is a very important moment for me, and I'm sure it is for each of you too. I'm sure you'll agree that life leading up to this point has not been easy. I worked hard to have the privilege of being able to say I graduated from the Montfort Academy, and I am proud of that, as I know you are too. And now that I am here speaking to you, I have a few words for you. As 14-year-olds, it is easy for us to forget that life is short, but it can be one spectacular journey. And we shouldn't waste a single moment of it walking in someone else's path. We mustn't let the noise and traffic of life drown out our inner voice because we know, in faith, that it is the voice of God. We must have the courage and confidence instilled in us by our families, our education here at Montfort, and our faith to follow our hearts. It will lead us through a happy life and ultimately to an eternity of happiness with God in heaven. Aristotle once said, "The greatest virtues are those which are most useful to other persons." Cicero said, "Nothing is more noble, nothing is more venerable than fidelity. Faithfulness and truth are the most sacred excellences and endowments of the human mind." These are the principles which the Montfort Academy has taught us. This is what makes Montfort so special. It has taught me many great things and many life lessons. It has taught me faith, persistence, virtue. It has taught me that you don't need a big campus, a big building, or expensive equipment to be a great school. It has motivated me in many ways, and it will continue to do this for the rest of my time here, and maybe even my entire life. My family and I were parishioners at St. Peter and Paul Church when there was still an elementary school here. We eventually changed parishes, and the elementary school closed. When I was in 7th grade, we returned to St. Peter and Paul, and a parishioner told my dad about a wonderful middle school that opened, and it just so happened to be next to our church. It was the Montfort Academy. We checked out the school, and my parents arranged a shadow day for me. I came, and I had a great first impression about the school. I was treated with a nice welcome and a pleasant stay. I got to meet some people who would soon become my classmates. I went back to my current school, and I told all my classmates how amazing I thought Montfort was. They were impressed by the description I gave them, but they were pretty sad that I was leaving. The end of 7th grade came, and I was awaiting my acceptance letter from Montfort. I got my acceptance letter from Montfort. I was happy, jumped up with joy, and felt that I would have a great 8th grade year. On the first day, my parents and I were impressed by the welcome that Colonel Petrillo gave us. When I first came, I was very eager to make friends. At first, I will admit, I was the awkward kid embarrassing myself by trying to make friends. I soon realized I didn't need to make an impression because I fit right in. My classmates soon made me feel like a member of the family, and I fit in right in the place that God and they provided for me. After that, I had a great year here at Montfort. I want to thank my teachers for selecting me to give this welcome because in doing so, they have also given me a special opportunity to thank them and to thank my classmates for the way they treated me this year and for all they have taught me. Secretary Greco and Mrs. Greco, Colonel Petrillo and Mrs. Petrillo, teachers, and to all the board members and donors who aren't able to be with us today, Thank you for giving us this Montfort Academy and for guiding Montfort in the right direction. It is a beautiful place, and I'm so happy my goodbye to middle school today is also a hello to Montfort Academy's high school next year. Once again, welcome.